Yeah, 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 yeah. Welcome to me casa, make yourself at home, do your do. Welcome to my pad, this your lab, go create your move.
What's good, everybody? Thank you for tuning in to 99 miles per hour with me, your host, Percy Garner. We have a special guest today, but before we get to our guest, I just want to tell you to make sure you subscribe, like the video, and then also don't forget to leave us a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts. Also, big news, we want to thank the sponsor for today's show, and that is Your Pizza. Now, I'm sure you guys are all familiar with Your Pizza, but if you aren't, you should be on notice, because this pizza and wings and salad, according to our guest today, our salad's pretty good. I need to eat more of those. But obviously, I'm known for the eating of the wings, and no stereotypes out there. But and our guest husband, Jamie's husband today, I guess, is his favorite pizza.
Yes.
So there's multiple locations. The one I'm most familiar with is in New Philly. Sorry, but Front Street, New Philly. I got a lot of flack for my Facebook post the other day, but we'd like to say thank you for sponsoring this show, and I think we're going to have a surprise next first show with Your Pizza. I'm looking forward to that one, but I won't spoil anything. But our next guest is the executive director at the Senior Center, and if you guys aren't familiar with the Senior Center, I wasn't before I met Jamie. It's a beautiful place. I love going there for our Rotary meetings, and they make great meals. But there's a lot more to the Senior Center than great meals, and Jamie's here to share with us. So how you doing?
I'm good. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, this is a little bit different. We're usually just talking banter at Rotary, but
yes, we do.
We want to make sure we get some information out there. So okay. I'm happy to have you here.
Thank you.
And what's going on in your life right now, other than the Senior Center stuff?
So we have a levy on the ballot. Voting, don't forget to vote November 3rd. The levy is a renewal, so it's not a new tax, so we're happy about that. It is issue 21. So all levy funds help us fund our programs and services at the Senior Center, and the majority of them people don't even know that we have. The majority of the programs that the levy funds. I think the one that people know the most is transportation, because we see our vans driving throughout the county. But we have other ones like in-home services, where we send an aid into someone's home. We're trying to keep people living independently as long as possible. So we'll send an aid in, non-medical services, but they'll do chores and grocery shop and sometimes just chit-chat for an hour, whatever they need to do to keep the client happy. We also have minor home repair. We're the ones that go out and we're building ramps, handicap ramps. We're fixing broken doors, broken windows. We're doing whatever we can for the seniors. And for those two programs, it's based on a sliding scale fee. So if they are lower income, they may pay $5 an hour. They may pay 24 cents an hour. It depends on their income. I actually do have someone who pays 28 cents an hour for in-home services. So it's definitely a great value.
Yes, for sure. That's a lot of stuff I didn't know about.
Right there, right?
Yeah, because we all know I only care about the food. But
we have great food.
Yes. That's something that I might have to make sure, some elderly people I know,
yes,
that make sure they're aware of. Because I don't think, they might be aware of it, but they might be a little bit too stubborn. But I'll share that with them and let them know, because I remember also at one of the meetings you were talking about a couple other programs. But before we get to that, I think it's important to know, we can't forget about, a certain group of people. Obviously, there's a lot of stuff going on in the world now, and we know they are very susceptible to the COVID virus and all that. But that's not all they're susceptible to. I know, my grandmother fell, and I know a lot of people in my family that had been relying on themselves when they're old, and they're used to being independent.
Right.
And obviously you want to keep them independent longer. So
Absolutely.
I think that's for both ends, for the grandkids or the kids of the person wants to keep them safe.
Yes.
And then they also want to stay independent. So I think it's a great service, and we got to make sure people are aware of that.
Another great service that is kind of speaks to what you're saying for caregivers, adult children, for them to know that we have a program called Support Our Seniors, an SOS. So if we do have seniors who are maybe falling behind on their electric bill, or they can't afford maybe a new medication that is way too expensive, they need assistance with grocery shopping, any rent, they're behind on rent, we have a program called SOS that we can assist those seniors. They have to be over the age of 50, and they have to have a lower income. But I write a lot of rent checks. I write a lot of utility checks to help people avoid those shutoffs or to be misplaced out of their home.
Wow. And that's not something like, hey, I can't just come off the street and go, hey, Jamie, I want to contribute to this. This is more of what the levy's about, right? That
well,
gets the funds for that.
The SOS is actually donations that we receive.
So
we don't use levy dollars for that, but we also use grant funds. So I've written a lot of grants in the last 9 months. One of them was to a emergency fund through United Way, through T4C. I received dollars for that. And I also just wrote a grant through the city of Dover, and I received a rent and utility assistance from them in the amount of $15,000. So if you're a Dover resident and you're over the age of 50, I can help you with back rent and back utilities.
Wow. Well, yeah, this definitely needs to be shared because, I mean, I had been shown, obviously because of this job that I have with ComDoc, I'm going out and meeting different people. I didn't know the T4C existed. It actually helped me when I was a kid.
Yeah.
And I'm like jumping all over that, like, because I was at the United Way with Robin, and she introduced me to the people at T4C, and I'm like, oh yeah, how can I get involved? I just want to, I don't want anybody to know. I just want to help people out, and they're like, oh yeah, for sure. So I'm like, a lot of the stuff that I, coming back to the community, I didn't know growing up or anything. It wasn't really on my, I was trying to get a scholarship to play sports and get my free education, but.
Well, I think people think of the senior center as a facility.
Yeah.
We're a building. We're a building that seniors can come to and play cards, and they can eat lunch, and we have vans that drive around. I think people would be shocked. If you've never been to the senior center, you would be shocked at what the facility has inside. Like, we have a full gym in the basement. Wow. We have a walking track. So we have memberships, a VIP membership it's called, for $25. It'd be a total of $45 a year, but you have access to a gym. $45 a year for anyone 50 and over. You're way far away from 50.
I was about to say, dang,
but I'm almost there. But yeah, free, unlimited usage of, it's not free, unlimited usage of the gym facility and walking track.
Okay.
And we do fitness classes. Now, some of the fitness classes will cost you $5. It's yoga, it's Tai Chi, it's boomers, it's Jerry Fit. I mean, we have all kinds. But $5 a class, it's pretty amazing.
Yeah, especially when the membership's only $45 a year. That's crazy.
Right? So, I mean, again, I am willing to give anyone a tour. Anyone who shows up the front door when we're open, and says, hey, I want to see your facility before I give you $45. I guarantee when they walk out, they'll be shocked that they're giving me $45, and that's it.
Well, what about me? Can I hold a place for when I'm 50?
Yep, I'll have a place for you.
All right, good. No, but this, this is stuff that I know there's plenty of people that probably aren't totally aware of, like you said.
Absolutely.
They just think it's a building.
Yep.
And before, you guys relocated?
Mm-hmm. We were right on 3rd Street.
Yeah.
And 15 years ago, they built the building that we're in now.
Okay.
And we also have, and this is another fun fact that people don't know, we have 5 satellites throughout the county. So there are 6 of us. Dover being the largest, being kind of the headquarters. We have a center it's called Garaway, so it's in Sugar Creek. We have one called Claymont, but it's in Uricksville. Mm-hmm. We have a Newcomerstown, Mineral City, and Westchester.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I overheard you saying that just recently, but before last week, I didn't know that at all.
Yeah.
So.
And all of them do some kind of program and service. Newcomerstown, Claymont, Mineral City, and Garaway all serve lunches. Westchester kind of does their own thing. They're out kind of, way out there. But they do their own thing with carry-ins. But yeah, for the most part, we're doing, some of them offer exercise. We do the lunches. They all play cards. Card playing is essential to senior center operations.
Okay.
It is. They are not happy that we are closed right now. They are not. And that's what I did want to talk to you about that.
I was going to ask about that.
So we kind of had a, I don't know, a faux pas, I guess. I don't know. So when the governor closed us down March 13th, we shut the doors. We stopped doing everything except our emergent transportation in March. Come May 1, he had given orders for gyms that they could open, restaurants could open. So we have a gym, I have fitness, and I also have a restaurant. I have a Happy Days Cafe that's open for lunch, and then I have our Myron Phillips where you eat for Rotary.
Okay.
We serve breakfast to the public on Thursdays and Fridays. So that technically is a restaurant.
Okay.
So I opened the senior center under the fitness order and under the restaurant order. So we operated breakfast like a restaurant, servers, bussers, the whole 9 yards. And we had our gym by appointment, just like they were required at Planet Fitness and the YMCA everywhere.
Okay.
Well, that was all fantastic until the governor, be careful what you wish for. Everyone was pushing on the governor, when are you going to open senior centers? So when he pushed that order out August 31st, that senior centers could open September 21st, that then took away my ability to operate under the fitness order and the restaurant order because I'm technically a senior center.
Okay.
So once that order came out, I could no longer operate under the other two orders. I have to operate under a senior center order. Therefore, I had to close my doors.
Okay.
Because part of the senior center order is we have to test all staff every 2 weeks.
And
it's a requirement.
And that's not, I mean, I don't know if people understand. It's not like something you can do on your own.
Right.
And turn it in. It's a whole thing.
It's a whole new process. And we're not healthcare. We're not set up as healthcare. We don't have a physician on staff. And if we go with the state-supported testing site that Ohio Department of Health has set up for us, we have to contract with someone to actually do the physician order, and then we have to pay. And so we worked out some new solution. Unfortunately, we just found out last week that Medicare does not cover. So my staff who are on Medicare are not going to be able to get tested. So we are still working through the hoops that have been dealt to us. And I just want those who listen, who have any kind of support of the senior center to know we're working our hardest. We're trying to get the doors open. We're unfortunately we have to follow the roadblocks and try and figure out how to get over those roadblocks before we can open our doors. So that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, I mean, COVID's done I have said time and time again on the show that it has caused us to get out of our comfort zone and kind of open up to new things and learn new things. But at the same time, the essential stuff that we usually take for granted has been just stripped away from us for the most part.
Right, and especially for this most vulnerable population. Yes, they are the most vulnerable to contract the virus and, God forbid something happen. But they're also the most vulnerable in they don't do well being isolated. And these are the folks that are staying home. The majority of them do not live with someone. They're by themselves. They do depend on the senior center for their meals. Yep. Some of them don't drive. They've already reached that. And they use our transportation on a regular basis. However, if they can't use our transportation to come to our facility, then that leaves them, again, sitting at home. So it's been a double-edged sword, really, for our the vulnerable population, the seniors. And
I know with my grandpa, I mean, granted, he was 90, but the COVID thing kind of had a big effect on him. He did have issues. He's very social, I obviously, where I get it from, yeah. And, when COVID happened, and yes, he was at Park Village, but being isolated, I mean, I was going to say hi through a window, and that's pretty much all I could do. But I think that led to the acceleration of, what do you have? Oh,
the dementia?
Yeah, dementia. Yeah. And that led to that.
Yes.
And now he's gone on, but I think COVID has done a lot with that. So,
So they have they decrease in their mental capacity, they decrease in their health. Those who entered into COVID relatively healthy, but now you're isolating them. Now you're going to see some effects of that in their health as well. So
staying at home isn't always the best thing. It might prevent you from getting COVID, but being isolated, it's not good. I mean, I know there's some NBA players even saying being in their bubble, some of them were facing like mental health and anxiety. They never, and these guys were making millions, but they're not used to just being
contained.
Yeah. So it's definitely something that affects a lot of people in different ways.
Absolutely. And it is sad. And, we have a lot of seniors that live here that their family live elsewhere, other states. So who's really taking care of those? We have that in-home services program. So our aides have gone back into the homes. Of course, they're taking all the precautions they need. We have adequate PPE, but they are going back into the homes and serving those seniors because, again, isolation is doing them more harm than good at this point. Yeah.
And I heard some stats. I do want to share a little bit. So, yes, I mean, there's a lot of people who are afraid of COVID, and I follow the rules as much because I just want to make sure that others feel safe. But I mean, yes, older people, I think like a younger audience is maybe 1.5% are gonna, to pass away to the COVID, and then the older people are like 4.5%. So it's not a great percent that are dying from COVID, but it's something that obviously no one wants to contract. And we learned a lot from Bruce, just about it. I learned a lot of stuff. I was like, whoa, I didn't know. All I knew was mask protects you from, or protects you from giving it to other people. It's for them, not for you. So there's just little things like that I try to figure out. But so I want to get on the levy. I know you mentioned it earlier, but, because I want to know how to vote and what to do because I've really only voted on presidents and stuff like that. I've never really done. And I want to focus more on local area, Tuscarawas County, and getting more involved in that stuff because I feel like that affects us more than, what Trump or Biden's going to do. But, I could kind of school me on that a little bit.
So our levy is a $0.8 million levy. Levies run for 5 years. So we are... For 2020, we are voting on a levy that will take place as of January of 2022. Okay. Because right now we're in our 4th year of operation of our last levy. All right. So it's a 0.8 mil. It is a renewal. So you really have 3 options. I could have increased it. We could have renewed it. Or we could have done a replacement. So we did a renewal. It's going to be the exact same amount that we've received in the last 5 years. And if you have a $100,000 house, it'll cost you $28 a year. So if you have a $200,000 house, it's going to cost you $56 a year. So that's kind of how that works. And then the levy will get, about 1.6 mil from that for 5 years or each year of 5 years. And that helps support all 6 of our 5 satellites in our main office. So all 6 senior centers. Now, each of them get a portion based on their size. Of course, the Dover facility gets the majority of that. So that's kind of, do you feel schooled?
Yeah, I do. Like,
So here's the other thing. I did not know this until I took this position in December. The Tuscarawas County Senior Center is also called the Tuscarawas County Committee on Aging.
I knew that when I was doing the contract with you.
Yes.
I was like, what is this?
Yes. So we are known as both. So many people just refer to us as a senior center. But when they see language that says Tuscarawas County Committee on Aging, they don't realize that that's us. So ballot language really talks about senior citizens, programs and services for senior citizens, and the Tuscarawas County Committee on Aging. That's why we push the issue number. So issue 21 is our issue. So if you don't recognize any of the language, issue 21 is us. Yes.
Issue 21. Deion Sanders.
Yes. 21.
Awesome. Well, that when you put it into perspective like that, it's obvious, like it's a no-brainer.
Right.
I don't know about many people out there, the listeners, but I value and I learned a lot. I grew up with my grandmother. So being with her every day, you know, the knowledge she shared and just, I just learned so much from, you know, obviously my dad, I did as well, but you know, it's just like a different atmosphere. And obviously your grandparents treat you the best.
Yes. Yes, they do.
So you get that special treatment, and I'm dealing with that now. You know, I'm trying to discipline my kids, and like their grandma's like, don't touch them.
Exactly. You'll never win as a parent over the grandparent.
Yes. But I do think, and of course I'm going to try to, you know, because as a younger person, you kind of zone in on your problems and your issues, especially when, you know, when you're in high school, you think, oh my gosh, about all this stuff. And then once you get older and you start having bills and stuff like that, then you kind of get in your bubble. But I'm finding it's easier for me now to deal with, I guess, my own issues or my own troubles when, you know, I'm constantly thinking of others. And it just was like, okay, well, everyone's having issues. I'm not like, oh, you know, so I want to make sure that I start to support the community as much as I can. And I love doing, you know, more. I want to do more stuff like this, and I want to learn. Like I always say on the show, this is my learning show, and I just get to actually share that with people too. But when we have different facilities like the senior center, the YMCA, we got Rainbow Connection, we got stuff like that. You don't think about, I mean, especially if you're a needy person, a person of need, we got to figure out ways to put them in front of the places services. Of Senior Center and Rainbow Connection. And, you know, it's one of my goals to kind of, you know, make sure those things are well known. Because, I mean, Josh, did you know about this stuff or no? Well, we know you did a podcast before, but before the podcast.
Prior to that podcast?
Yes, prior, yeah. I mean, yeah. No. So, and I may be, you know, hopefully I'm looking for a new house. So maybe over there I might be able to be in that location. So, yes. I mean, I spend a lot of time there, but I didn't know you guys did breakfast.
Oh, yeah.
Thursday
so,
and Friday,
Thursday,
and I'm a
Fridays.
Big breakfast guy. Yep. So.
and you'll get a full plate for like $5. Wow. The prices are very inexpensive. We have a Happy Days Cafe that's open for lunch, and that's open to the public as well. Okay. Monday through Friday, 10 to 1. We have daily specials. The daily special is usually a soup and a sandwich or a salad and a sandwich for $3.99.
Wow.
Like, it's not going to break your bank at all.
Are the meals a little different than what they usually are because of COVID? Because I know you guys have been changing them a little bit for the Rotary, and I still enjoy them. I don't really notice a difference. I just know how it's packaged. It's different.
It is a little different. Again, our kitchen is operating a curbside now.
Okay.
Where we haven't had to do that before.
But you're going to keep that going because they seem to like that,
Oh my
right?
gosh, we're like doing 350 to 400 meals a day.
Wow.
It's crazy. And we did bring the Swiss steak back because everyone they love Swiss steak. And we haven't done it because Swiss steak is relatively expensive.
Yeah.
We brought it back. We charged a little bit more. We sold 400 like that. So next time at the end of this month, 500 meals. We're going to try for 500.
Dang.
Yeah.
And so how do you right now, how do you get, obviously most people know about the Senior Center, but how do you get, I guess, the word out? Like, what are your methods of?
So we have a newsletter that goes to about 6,000 homes, businesses, and that is a quarterly newsletter. So that would have been in people's mailboxes probably the first week of October.
And there's something I want to share at the end too.
Okay.
You probably were going to touch it, but I wanted to, show you that I was paying attention. I want to touch on it, but keep going. Keep going. Where you going?
We also do Facebook. We are very active on Facebook, especially right now with the levy. But we post our specials for Happy Days Cafe every day on Facebook, and our menu for curbside is on there. So really, people have been very interactive with us on Facebook.
Gotcha.
And WJR mentions us every morning about what our curbside lunches are. So that's always been I don't know if you know the morning show hosts, but they're relatively young. Like, I think they're both under 30.
I think I met one of them.
Okay, well, they both every day it seems like they really love what we're offering, and they're like, oh, I wish we were over 50. Boy, I wish we could eat that meal. So our assistants, our director of activities, Vicki Yates, actually called them one day and said, you are eligible because curbside during COVID is open to the public. They were like, no way.
Oh, wow.
So they have been getting lunches as well. So those are really our outlets.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, and just to show you that I have been paying attention.
All right.
Paying attention. Now there's a lot of stuff that's going on, like for people to help, like the library is doing the bottle cap thing. But I know if you guys for your issue 21 have been on Saturdays.
Yes.
Been putting in miles on the legs and going around households, no knocking on the doors, no physical contact, but you've been putting. Door hangers?
Door hangers on people's doors.
Okay, and Lloyd, what time are you doing that? If anybody wants to get involved with that, because I want to try to do that. I'm gonna get a babysitter, because my wife works, hair salon. Everyone works Saturday morning. I want to get involved in that, and I want to, You want
to do some miles?
Yeah, I need to walk.
I got to do Becker Creek yet, so you can do that. Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I'll do that for sure.
Right.
For sure.
So we're calling it Walking Together to Pass issue 21. And because, this year we didn't have a fair, so that usually that's how the senior center, we give away happy trash, things with our name on it. So the fair usually gives us a lot of play on, we didn't have that. So I had to come up with a new idea. So I came up with the door-to-door thing. My volunteers are enjoying it. I did after the first week, I did have about 4 or 5 people say they could hardly get out of bed the next day. So I thought that was kind of funny. But it is a great opportunity because we don't have to knock on door. We are playing it safe, but it does give us an opportunity to hang door hangers and let people read about us and know what we're doing.
That's what's up.
Yeah.
And if there's anybody else that want to help out another way in getting the word out, not just about issue 21, but about the senior center, I'm sure Jamie would love to contact. And if you contact me, then I can be the middleman.
Yes.
But I'm looking forward to doing that. So, do you plan on doing Becker Creek this weekend?
I'm going to do Becker Creek. Yes.
Okay. I'm going to get a babysitter. We're doing it.
Yeah. Okay. Talk to me. We'll do it. Yep.
I need to get some steps because my spin class at the Y, my knees messed up. But I need to get with
I think my husband would love you if you did it and not him.
I know. You said he did it because he loves you.
Yeah, right. Yes. But he's not loving it. And my son did it with me as well on Saturday. So I had both of them. And the whole time they were like, "Are we done yet? Are we done yet?" I'm like, "Guys, it's not that hard." Yeah. So it's been fun.
Oh, that's great. It's
been fun.
Well, is there anything else that you didn't think we covered that you want to get out there?
No, I do want to push the rent and utility assistance in Dover. So if anyone is really in need, they need to apply for this $15,000 that we have. They can't apply for all of it, but their rent $800, their utilities shut off. So if they have a shut off notice, call me. I will figure out how we can help them.
And I'm, I don't know if this is legal, but I have a way of knowing whose utilities may get shut off, so I might be able to,
all right, help me out
through the grapevine,
because we've got some money to spend.
And how do we donate to that? Is there a way we could?
If you want to donate to the SOS fund, you can just send your check or cash to the senior center and just put on the memo line SOS fund.
Okay, It's really easy.
Yes, very easy.
Awesome. Well,
and then I did want to say, for those people in Dover that are under the age of 40, Access Tusk actually received money as well. So they can help those under the age of 49 with rent and utility shutoffs.
So there's really no excuse that people in this area, this county, should go without any help. There's plenty of avenues we have in this community to help out. We just need to make sure everybody's sharing it. Right.
And I did put this on our Facebook page today. Okay. So if you go to the Tuscarawas County Senior Center Facebook page, you'll see the flyer.
So I'm going to be getting more involved in. I didn't realize, Facebook. I just look at it as my personal thing, but I did make a page for myself. But there's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of good stuff on there.
Yes.
So including there's someone I think there's some. Is it Indian food I gotta have?
Oh, that is it Indian food?
I don't know. It's
from Philly?
It's probably not.
From New Philly?
Yeah, it's probably not Indian.
No,
what is it?
Is it Korean?
Pad Thai. Thai food, right?
Thai. Yes, that's what it is.
I need it in my life.
Yes.
Last time I had Thai, I was in Florida. So.
I know. I've heard great things about her.
Yes. And I've become a big proponent of doing everything local now, and Philly's included, I guess. But I'm joking. But
51 weeks a year, it's all normal.
Yes, exactly.
It's that 1 week a year. It just doesn't
jive.
Yeah,
that is a true statement.
We did leave the stadium a little sad. couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was a heartbreak.
It was a good game though. And,
it was a good game.
The rivalry game is always fun.
And you never know who's going to pull it out.
Exactly.
Does not matter what their records are. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
You do not know who's going to pull it out.
And you're always repping Dover.
Always.
Yeah. Just like me.
Look, I have my Dover.
Ooh.
Map. This is not my sparkly one, though. I have a sparkly Dover, too.
Where'd you get that?
Logos.
Oh,
yes.
Okay. We'll plug for Logos.
Yeah,
Trey Perkowski.
We'll plug for there.
Yeah, I need to do that. Oh yeah, I forgot about my merch. We're doing well on my merch, guys, for the Dover Scholarship. Yes, I said Dover. Sorry, the rest of Tuscarawas County, but I may be holding an event, so stay tuned for that to raise more money for a scholarship for these poor students with this weird. I think their schedule just changed again.
It did. We went to that A2. I know it's terrible.
Yeah, and I mean, some may not feel bad for the kids, but I think it's something that, all the stuff that you had when you were growing up and you were doing in school, prom and all that stuff. It's really impacted their senior years and even the younger kids. It's just, it's something. So I definitely wanted to figure out, and I might start a fund that I just always give scholarships away. So we'll see what happens, but I might have to hold a virtual event.
Nice.
To see if we can raise some more money, and because I might have to. I don't know if the wife's gonna like that. How much money I have to come out of my pocket to get this scholarship to where I want it to be. But yeah, we have until February. But yeah, guys, pay attention. Grab these hangers and share the information from your door. And I'll be in Becker Creek tonight. But I can't be distracted.
On Saturday.
Oh, Saturday.
I'll be there Saturday.
Becker Creek Saturday.
Yes.
Do not distract me because I'm easily distracted.
But he will sign autographs if you come out of your house, he'll sign his autograph on the paper.
On the paper,
but you got to vote for issue 21.
Yeah, issue 21. I'll carry a Sharpie with me.
Yes. Yes.
But we good here?
Yep, I'm good.
Well, I appreciate having you on the show.
You.
This was fun.
This was fun.
I'll see you Monday.
Okay. See you Monday.
Thanks, guys, for tuning in. Like I said before, subscribe. And then we will be, I think, sharing our videos from now on Facebook. So right now I'm just doing a link to YouTube. But I think we're going to have our videos on Facebook. And I've always been telling Josh that I'm going to make clips and put them up, short version. I've been slacking. So maybe if I say it on air, then maybe I'll be forced to do it. So, but I got a lot on my plate, guys. But anyways, thanks for listening. Tune into us next week. I don't know who we'll have. We'll see. Might just be me. Sorry. But thank you, guys. Have a good one. Peace. It feels like Casablanca. Shawty, you my little mama. I got a crib by the water. Say me Casa Su Casa. It feels like Casablanca. Shawty.